This video is about a dog, and his name is Murphy. We got Murphy back in 2006 as a puppy from a rescue shelter. He's a white terrier Westie mix with one ear up and one ear down, and occasionally wore a small blue bandana. Initially, I was against getting a new dog. I was at that age where the whole responsibility thing just wasn't for me. And this little guy was not house-trained. He peed all over the furniture, got into treats, and when I took him out, he would not go potty. Like, no matter how long I'd be out there with him, he just would not go.
It made absolutely no sense.
But there was something about him. Despite him being a little rascal, that was kinda cute. He just grew on me. Just the face he'd give you for no reason. He was this little ragamuffin. I'd come from school and he'd always be there, waiting for me, looking out the window with that dumb little grin. The same dumb little grin he'd make when he would escape. Don't excuse the cuteness. Murphy had this thing where he'd like to go on his own walks. We'd let him out and he'd just be gone, even when we were watching him. We even put up a doggy fence. But he hired and trained professionals to cut smaller holes in the fence, and just kidding, we didn't put the fence up. Yes, would have made it a lot easier if we did, but we didn't. Instead, I made it into a little game of catch and chase. You see, I knew all of Murphy's routes he took out of the fence. Took a lot of time, and he was smart on how he did it, but I'd always find him, and it'd be so funny when I did. It was all fun and games until one day, he didn't come back at all. I know he was good at hiding, and there were days he got pretty far when he escaped, but he was literally nowhere to be found. Naturally, I began to freak out and print a crap load of lost dog posters. From our dad's printer, of course. Put them up all over the neighborhood. After a week goes by and no one has seen him, I go door to door asking people until one day, I get an anonymous call telling me they saw a white dog with one ear up and one ear down. I got the address and paid a little visit to this place.
Can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I was in the neighborhood and I'm looking for my dog. You know, short, white, one ear up, one ear down.
Nope, haven't seen one.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, well, be on the lookout. His name's Murphy. Oh, look at that. Sure enough, as soon as I say that name, coming right around the corner, yep, you guessed it, Murphy! Cool, you, found my dog.
You mean Henry?
No. I mean Murphy. You know, like what it says on the name tag with the phone number and address. So not only do these people try and literally steal my dog, but what bothered me the most is the house he was at was 2 houses down from my house. He obviously saw the flyers that were everywhere around the neighborhood for a week. And what the heck, the whole family's in on it too? Like, you didn't even take off his old name tag and his name's already Henry? Oh yeah, that's just great. Yeah, that's great. I'm not kidding when I say that everybody loved Murphy. I'd take him on walks with me and people would pull over and ask to pet him. He was great with kids and loved getting attention, believe me. He had this thing where he put his hand on you when he wanted pets, like he politely asked. There'd be times where I'd be really busy doing homework. He'd come up to you and be like, "Hey, excuse me, urgent message, please pats on the head, thanks." Oh, and he'd know if you were fake sleeping too. Some days it would just be me and him, home alone. Days like when I was sick. And we'd spend the whole day together, playing fetch, watching movies, eating smacks, just me and him. Those days were my favorite. But time goes on. I grow up, go to college, and move out. I get a call from my mom one day. A call that, to be honest, broke my heart. It's weird to spend so much of your life with someone and then just one day, they aren't there anymore. I loved Murphy. Always will. He was always there for me. That little guy was my best friend. So where am I going with this whole thing? I guess what I'm trying to say is, dogs give us a chance to be better people. They teach us how to be happy and how to love, and in turn, they love us for who we are, no matter what. I always felt there was a place in heaven for dogs. I'd like to think he's up there waiting for me, but I guess we'll never really know. However, one thing I'll never forget about that little guy. One thing I'll always know for sure. He was a good boy.